Yeah. Yeah. She's that girl. She's something else. Talk about a savvy businesswoman. I'll respect that for sure.
Yep.
Yeah.
Marketing and
What's that?
her marketing
Oh, I
side.
know what you're saying. Julianne is calling her a witch.
It kind of is.
There's that conspiracy theory out there.
Oh, goodness gracious. How's everybody doing? Can you believe it is October 1st, y'all? October 1. October 1. I'm just blown away that it is time to start putting out our Halloween decorations. Not much longer, and it's Thanksgiving, and I'm here in Texas and it's still 90 degrees. So any day now, we should hopefully chill out. But speaking of chilling out, that's what we're doing today. We are talking about influence, okay, without effort. Oh, goodness gracious. What are we? So we're going to dig into 5 low effort but high impact ways to position yourself as the go-to designer in your market. Okay. And I don't know about you guys, but when it comes to getting attention from prospective clients, I don't want to feel like I am shouting from the rooftop, like, hey, look at me, or feeling all schmarmy with my, with sales, buy from me. So we're going to want to take a look at how we can kind of position ourselves that way. And in fact, Hal's, I dropped the link to a recent podcast. I think it was 2 weeks ago, that was talking about the influence advantage that I think, yeah, not being a dancing monkey. So working with a luxury clientele in your design business with Jeffrey Shaw. I don't know what that one is. Attracting and working with a luxury clientele. Here, this one. But anyway,
Did
so
I grab the
there's
wrong one? I'm sorry. Let me delete that.
okay, I got it.
Okay.
Tag team. So there we go. So that's what we're talking about today. And I just did a podcast on this similar. So if you're listening today, there might be a little bit of crossover, but then also there's going to be additional content in that episode. So for those of you who are just joining, my name is Michelle Lynn, and I am the owner of ML Interiors Group, which is a nationally recognized interior design firm based in Dallas, Texas. I am also very passionate about helping interior designers and lifting women in their interior design business from 5-figure revenue up into multiple 6. Okay, while still being able to have the passion for the job and have some profit to go alongside it. And I do all of that through the processes and the procedures that I use for ML Interiors Group and now teach hundreds of other designers. So if you are wanting to scale to multiple 6 figures with clarity and confidence, y'all look no further. I'm here for you. I am here for you. And yes, we would love to see your beautiful faces come on camera. Thank you. Hey, Pearl, good to see you. Wait, there we go. Hello, Liz. Good to see you. Andrea, thank you very much. Justine. All right. Okay. Now that's a name that I don't know how to pronounce. How to Magpranta?
Yeah, I think that might be me just because my computer has Russian
Yes.
language. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. Yeah, I didn't.
Oh my gosh, don't apologize, honey. How do you pronounce your name?
It's Margarita, like the drink.
Margarita.
Yeah.
I can do that one. I can totally do margarita in any language. In any language. So I'm
Yeah,
glad
it's
you're
kind
here,
of
honey.
international word, right?
Yes. All right. Thank you. Thank you. Too ugly today. Been cleaning. Oh, don't even worry about it, guys. But it's always good to see you. So let's say, so tell me where you guys are from. I see some new faces here, which I'm super excited about. Where are you guys located? All right. Wynn, Arkansas. Awesome. Long Beach, California. Oh, I used to go to the Long Beach Grand Prix all the time, Kim. I love that place. Cypress, Texas, New York, Virginia, Centerville, Miami, Temple, between. Okay, good. I'm glad you guys are here. Thanks for joining. So let's talk about like being the most talented designer does not make you the most successful. Okay. All of us on this screen here can create beautiful spaces. what's really going to help elevate your business, okay, or bring more people in to your ecosphere and then lead them through your process is going to be influence. And what I mean by this is that influence is not necessarily popularity. Influence is going to be how you lead your client. Okay. The influence advantage. It's not like the influencers that you see on Instagram with 100 Amazon links or the like to knows or whatever the case may be. So influence is along the lines of authority, consistency, trust, influence. Okay. So authority. So you need to be the trusted authority. You need to be consistent in your messaging, and people will get to know, like, and trust you. That's where influence comes. Okay. When you have this influence, what it really comes down to is clients are going to sign faster because they're going to trust you. Okay. Because you're going to be consistent in your messaging, everything from your, let's say, your social media messaging to your website messaging to in-person consistency. Okay. Vendors and contractors will prioritize your projects because you're showing up face to face with them and being consistent. Okay. And you're going to, and when you're organized and when you can share with your vendors, here's like, here, I need a quote. Here's my purchase order. Here's my payment. Like when you're organized, that in itself is going to really show your vendors that you have that influence. So the vendors and contractors can prioritize your projects. So imagine your general contractor, if you're showing up and you're like, oh, I think I want this. No, I don't want that. I want this. I want this. If you're showing up like that, are they going to want to work with you as much as, hey, Juliana, will you close that door? Please, thanks. I'm getting distracted. Are they going to want to work with you as well as if you were to hand them a well-organized project binder and leave it in their hands? Okay. Industry peers will refer opportunities to you. Other designers, that's what I'm saying. Other designers will refer opportunities to you when they know that they can trust that you're going to show up well. Okay. And really, just as importantly, is your team will trust your leadership. And your team does not have to be somebody sitting across the desk from you or in your office. Your team can be your outsourced bookkeeper, your social media person, your the person who does your renderings. Okay. They're going to trust your leadership. This is what you call the influence advantage. Okay. It's not loud and it's not flashy, but it changes everything. So, oftentimes designers are going to overlook having influence because they confuse that with vanity metrics. Okay, so when you first heard me say influence, were you thinking about, yeah, Michelle, but I don't have like 4 million followers like Bethany Frankel does, so I'm not going to be able to influence people? Okay, that was my first thought when we were putting this topic together for the podcast and as we were building it out for today. It's not that at all. Okay, it's also not innate charisma. Okay, you skip influence building habits because you don't feel like you're billable today. Okay, so you need to be creating these influence building habits because over time these habits are going to bring these checks. So what are these habits? You're probably saying. Well, let me tell you what these habits are. Okay, it is going to be consistency in your pricing and positioning. What I mean by this is your messaging. If your messaging is all over the place, so we were just, let me go back. We were just think it was yesterday. Was yesterday Tuesday? If yesterday was Tuesday, I was teaching our back to school class that I'm teaching. And what I was teaching on is lesson, I think it's module 1, lesson 3 and 4. And then we're going into social media messaging and branding and marketing. So I've been teaching on messaging. And what we really need to do as business owners is that we have to know who we are, okay, and who we serve. These two things are key because if you don't know who you are, you don't know how to position yourself. If you don't know who you're talking to, then you're talking to everybody and your voice is going to get lost. Okay. As you've identified who you are and who you're talking to, and you're getting this message out to them, the message needs to be consistent. Who are you serving? Okay. Because this predictability, it builds trust. It's the person who hears you over and over talking to them. Okay, so with that, let's talk about Apple. Like, what is their messaging? Like, what are some words that you would use to describe them? Drop that into the chat. How would you describe Apple? Okay. I'm waiting. How would you describe Apple? Thank you. Sleek. Modern. Thank you, Hallie. Clean, intuitive, easy to use. Okay, thank you, Liz. Thank you, Andy. Okay, good. Once heard them described as a fashion brand that sells phones and you can't get it out of your head. Innovative, consistent. Okay, so you guys, like, Apple has consistent positioning. Okay. So you have that consistency in your positioning, in your messaging. Your clients are going to start recognizing that influence that you have. So it's not about being the loudest, it's about being the clearest. Okay, Apple does not confuse us with the technology that they offer. They are very clear about who they are. They don't compete with Android. They have their own standalone. Okay, so what a habit is that you can do. Okay, well, one is you could still join me in back to school and get the lessons that I've been teaching. So there's that pitch, okay? But what you want to do is you need to practice the who I am, what I do, and how I work, like your elevator speech. Thank you, Hals. Feel free to join us, guys. It's great, and the value is ridiculous because you've got hands-on, one-on-one, not one-on-one training, but very personalized training that we do on a weekly basis. So you need to know who you are, what you do, how you work. Elevator speech. Okay. This is another habit that you need to have in order to have the strong communication with your messaging. You also, okay, so that's the first thing you need to do is consistency in your positioning. Next thing is your strong communication. The third habit is showing up in the right spaces. Y'all, networking events, vendor showrooms, local builders associations, all of these spaces are where you need to show up. Okay, your networking events need to be strategic. They need to be people who can afford luxury. Your networking event does not need to go, you don't need to go to Thrift Town open house. Okay, it needs to be strategic for people who can understand and appreciate and afford a luxury service or refer you to them. Okay. While you're there, your impact is going to signal your leadership. And what I mean by that is truly how you carry yourself. How do you dress? Okay. Now you don't need to be like super high effort. Like you don't need to wear your tiara. Okay. Leave your tiara at home, but show up as yourself. That's going to look different for Pearl than it looks for me, than it looks for Corinne. Okay. We all have our own different personalities, our own different style, our own different vibe, but be there and be yourself. Okay. Next habit is to deliver on your promises. And what I mean by this is just consistency. Okay, because reliability is the fastest credibility builder. Okay, so first of all, like think about our industry, interior design. Like you always hear nightmares like, oh, she went over budget, they didn't hit their timelines. Like our industry is just fraught with that. So if you're showing up with small but consistent follow through, you're automatically showing some authority and influence there. So think about this for those of you who don't like to post on the social media. If you're showing up twice a week, every week, that's consistency. If you're showing up twice a week, 3 times a week, every week, it's follow through. You're planting like subconscious seeds. So that follows through is that you want to show up with your market consistently and not just when you need something. Okay, so think about this. So right now, leads are a little bit quiet for all of us. Okay, so if you are just now showing up on Instagram, it's not going to do you any good because you need the leads. You're just now showing up. So if you are just outreaching on a regular basis, it's going to keep you top of mind. So if you have an email list, show up regularly, micro touch points. Okay, you see how some of these cross over and they build onto each other? But then flip that on its head. Oh yeah, Hallie, thank you. Lead lab. Okay, so flip those on its head and let's talk about the inconsistency. If you're showing up and you're inconsistent about what you're talking about on your website, on your social media, on your blog posts, on your email list, it's like, oh, yes, I can do full service renovation. Oh, I can do vacation rentals. Oh, I can do a consult. Oh, I do home staging. Oh, I do this. Like, what the hell are you good at? Like, it's so consistent because you're changing your services all the time. Now, yes, do we do all of that? If nothing else, you can put it in a series. Like, let's talk about renovation this month. Let's talk about vacation rental design this month. Like you can segment it out so that it's intentional. Okay. Another thing that designers often do that will break influence is apologizing. Do not apologize to your clients if you think that you need to, like, I'm so sorry, I need to add that to my scope of work. Like, why are you sorry? Don't apologize. That takes away your influence. Like, I'm so sorry, but I'm going to have to charge you for this extra 6 hours that you needed for a revision. No, babe, don't apologize for your business. Okay. Do you have a question, Hal, or are you raising your hand that you do that? Oh, you do that? Yeah. So I know you well enough. Stop. And here's one that really hits home for me, because prior to getting my shizzle together and being able to teach it to hundreds of designers now, I was reactive instead of proactive. So what I was doing is I had no systems. I had no processes. I was like, okay, this, and then I need to get this done, and then I need to get this done. And oh shit, I'm late on this. I need to get this. So there was no system. So how am I going to give confidence to the client? Okay, so being reactive instead of proactive is going to take your feet out from underneath you when it comes to influence. So once you are gaining that momentum of influence, there's like this ripple effect. You have a shorter, we talked about this a minute ago, shorter sales cycle. Okay, you have smoother pricing conversations because you price consistently. Okay, your vendors are going to show up and treat you better. And the more referrals from a wider pool. Because what it does is this influence lowers the effort it takes to land the work. So you know the habits. Here's how you start building it. Choose one platform or space and show up consistently. Okay. Y'all are here through Facebook. Okay. My email list. Like I'm here consistently once a week. So show up consistently. That can be your blog once or twice a month. That can be your stories on Instagram. That can be your posting on Instagram. Consistently clarify what you want to be known for. I want to be known for helping interior designers move from 5 figures into multiple 6 with profit and passion. That's what I want to be known for. That's why I'm here talking to y'all. Okay. And then tell me, how many of you guys get my emails? Okay. How many of you see our regular posts? We have consistent touch points. Okay. I do the same thing in ML Interiors Group. I want to be known for making homes happier and more efficient. Okay. So in that respect, this is that you just keep showing up. You can also borrow influence through different partnerships. And what do I mean by that? It's like, who can you partner with for influence? So for example, the Gerald company was just here. Okay. And we were talking about like, hey, maybe we can do a panel together. So I can borrow their audience and gain influence through that partnership. Let's have a conversation about designing kitchens. Okay. Now, this last one is going to sting because I'm going to tell you that you need to lead with confidence today and not someday. There is no someday. There is no someday. Today is someday. Okay. You need to lead with confidence now. And if you're not feeling that confidence, just fake it. You will become confident. So in the chat, what's one habit that you can start this week? Drop it in the chat. Let's hear what you have to say. So let's talk about the habits. Let me go back to my notes. Business habits, consistency in your positioning, strong communication, showing up in the right spaces, delivering on your promises. Okay, so that's your reliability, and micro touch points. Good. Paula's going to go with the consistent networking. Paula, you've been on fire showing up for all of these things lately. So if you can be as consistent with your networking as you are with your educating yourself, girl, you've got this covered. Okay. Side mark scheduling for October. Awesome. Showing up in the right places. Yeah, you guys. Hallie's training. Yeah. Yeah. Thanks, Paula. Yeah. But Hallie's taking credit for that training because she did that networking training was damn good. That was really good. So for you guys, I've mentioned we have Lead Lab available. If your leads are drying up, you can join Lead Lab directly. Okay. We have Back to School, which is walking you through all of the key ingredients from my signature program, the Interior Design Business Bakery, which is your recipe for a successful business. Okay. This upcoming week, we have Booked by Design. Okay. So if you are new around here and you have not attended any of my free content, my free workshops, you just see me here during the week. This free training, Booked by Design, basically what it is it's a client catching workshop. We're going to give you instruction as to how to get in front of the client, how to reel them in. Okay. I'm going to be introducing more details about the Lead Lab. Okay. So if this free training gives you clarity or momentum, just the paid mentorships and coaching programs are just going to take it and, blast it off. So I would love for you to join me in a paid program. I would love for you to join me next week in our free workshop. There's different ways that we can work together. And then, so next week, I will not be here for our Cooking Up Success because we will be in the middle of that workshop. Okay. And then the following week, I'm tired of talking, so I take a week off. Like, so with that, good consistency with networking for Corinne, consistency posting on social media for Pearl. Okay, let me ask you this, y'all. Engaging regularly on LinkedIn. Thank you, Liz. Now, y'all, what does consistency mean to you? Does that mean you're going to do it 3 times next week and that's consistent? I'm going to challenge you for it to be at least 90 days and then it's going to become a habit. Okay, so if consistency in networking for Corinne and for some of y'all, you need to attend whatever networking group that is for at least 3 times in a row. But let me tell you, that's like that's the bare minimum. People today need to see you 9 to 11 times. Okay. Back when I was in sales, I was a sales manager. They needed to see you 4 to 6 times before they were willing to buy. Now everybody is so inundated with social media, with texting, with like everything that's coming at us. You need to show up more times than that. So if you're going to go to the National Association of the Remodeling Industry, NARI, then you need to go for a year, because what you're doing today is planting seeds 6 months from now. It doesn't really turn around that quickly. Okay. So that's my challenge to you guys. Hallie has dropped the links in for our various programs. You can also go to thedesignbakehouse.com and you can check out the coaching section and you can check out the events section. Okay, so for those of you who are going to be in High Point later this month, come and find me there too. All right. Pearl, is that where we met? I think I met you in High Point. Yeah. So that was super fun. So with that, if you guys are there, yes, come up and say hello. Pearl walked up. I was like, oh my God, I know you. She's like, you've seen me on Zoom. I'm like, oh, I know. I get a hug in person. So that was
That's
super
cool.
fun. Yeah, I know.
Really nice.
It was lovely. So I have a call. In fact, I am prepping in 3 minutes for one of the panels that I'm moderating on a call here in just a few minutes. So I hope to see you guys in the free workshop. And then I would love to see you in High Point if you're there. Yep, my friend Juliana will be here.
Your
Be there.
friend.
My friend, my senior designer. You happen to be my friend too. Yes. So thanks for being here today. I hope to see you guys soon. And it's always nice to see your faces. So thanks for showing up.